Hey guys, how's it going? So you remember the other day I said that Atwood doesn't want to sex your chicks? Well, there's probably a good reason for that. So they've been growing for only a few days and already they're growing some cones and some wattles. I'm afraid I got I'm afraid I got like all roosters, so that's really bugging me. So I went and I got all these chickens, and now they're turning out to be roosters. And the whole point of the chickens was to get something that'll lay eggs, and that is one thing we all know roosters don't do. So it made me kind of bummed out. So we found out where there were some local auctions, and I didn't think they were any close to where I was. Not that I wanted to travel to, but when I go home, there's an auction right there. So it sells all kinds of stuff. They're off the highway, hay, all kinds of rubbish, and rabbits and chickens and doves and all kinds of stuff. Went out to the auction earlier today and got some chickens. So if 8 wasn't enough, yeah, if 8 wasn't enough, I went and got some more chickens. Anyways, I was gonna film all that, but I'm not quite ready to film in public yet. A little antsy about that. So, anyway, so I went to the auction, got back and put them all up, and they've been sitting in there for a while, and I want to go see just about how they're doing. But before that, say hello to my guard dog. Yes, this is Libby, and she will run just about anything that's smaller than her off. She's a good girl. So anyways, that had me a little bummed out, but we did go get some more chickens, and I'm going to show those to you right now. It was a bit of a handful. I was putting them up, and they got out of the cage, and I had to run after a bunch of little chickens, a bunch of little chicks. They're probably 6 weeks old, I'm not sure, but so I had to run after them and catch them. That was fun. Luckily they weren't too hard to catch, but I did have to crawl underneath the chicken coop and all kinds of stuff like that. Oh, they're all chilling out now. Okay. So there's some of the original ones I got, and you can see that they're starting to develop a comb, and some of them are developing bigger wattles than others. And you can't even see the bantams. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the bantams. They're still running underneath all the other chicks. So the ones that I got over here are all in the corner. And see, that one right there is a bantam. That one right there is a Easter egger. And those brownish kind of ones, they're called speckled. Now, I'm not sure what a speckled hen is, but I have a feeling it has something to do with the kind of eggs they produce. Maybe the eggs are speckled. But the majority of the new ones are Easter eggers. It's time to take care of some low-hanging branches. So you may be asking yourself, why did I take the time to cut all those branches and then throw them on the back of the truck? Obviously, to get rid of them, right? No. Actually, they did need to come down because they would have scraped the top of the truck. But actually, those are a snack for my goats. So, my goats love trees. And they will just sit there and eat them and eat them and eat them. As a matter of fact, if I was an arborist, I'd probably never have to buy hay again in my life. Because they love trees. As a matter of fact, if you have goats and you're running them around your trees and stuff like that, they'll naturally prune them up to where they can't eat at them anymore. So that's one good thing about goats. I've never had one gnaw off the bark of the tree. I hear that happens, but it hasn't happened to me. So, but if you have some weed bushes and stuff like that, they will just go with those leaves. You know, if they're leafy greens, they will just go with those leaves until that plant's no longer making any energy, and it just dies at the root, pull it out of the ground really easy. It may take a season or two, but they'll get it. They'll kill it for sure. But if the tree's tall enough, you know, that it can grow leaves above where they can reach, then they're not going to kill the tree, at least in my experience. But like I said, weed plants, weed bushes that are leafy greens, they will just completely eat everything to where it can't photosynthesize. And boom, that tree or that bush is gone. You just pull it right out. Alright, a little rubbing on the gate there, but I got it out. So, bonus points if you can tell me what movie this is from. There's nothing wrong with a little rubbing, and rubbing is racing. I just may buy you a Coke sometime. Hey, don't forget, do us both a favor. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm going to have to get some cubes for these cattle and donkeys that are out in the back field, because as soon as I open that gate, they're going to want to come through it. If I go throw out some cubes, I'll just make it through. So. They're back over here thinking that this is hay and not refuge straw, just nasty straw. They're going to come over here and eat this dirty straw. Like, there is a reason that we eat them. They're not exactly the brightest animals on the planet. Yeah, I forgot my pitchfork, so I'm going to do a little bit of walking. That's the problem with the herd. When one goes over there, thinks they got a bright idea, everybody follows them. And it's not a bright idea. But, you know, that's what happens. I'm going to clean out this here used straw, throw it out here in this depression so it can rot away and circle of life and all that, I suppose. But I'm going to go ahead and kill the camera because I'm sure my battery is not going to last long enough to do this. See, look at them. They're thinking they're going to eat it. Ugh. Okay. I don't know how long it's been, but I'll tell you what, I am tired. And I've still got a little bit. Cut more off than I got on there. Big old pile right there. Alright. So we're mostly clean now. The rest I can't get with the pitchfork. I'm going to have to spray out with the Greenworks power washer. But look at that. That is just a huge amount of waste hay right there, or waste. Well, there is some hay in there, but waste straw. Just a huge amount. Here they come again. Alright, this is what I'm talking about. They won't even let me throw them out. They love that stuff. Look at that. I'm going to be able to drive right out of here and they're not even going to try to follow me. Okay, so yeah, they're not even thinking about coming out right now. So until next time, this is Eric with the Mud Creek Homestead. You guys have a good one. Hey, don't forget, do us both a favor. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I just want you to see this. It's the next day. Guys, just real quick, I'm out here and I want you to see this. There is not a leaf on those branches anywhere.